and welcome back, Firewood Addicts, to another episode of Travis Does Firewood. Today, these gotta go. So, I've had these logs in my driveway now for, I don't know, a month or two, I don't know, a while. It's been a while, and they've just been in the way. And after the core challenge, I was just spent on them, just done, because they're just so heavy and they smelled so bad. And yeah, it's time to get rid of them. So, and now it's just been a way of collecting a bunch of like nonsense from camping and going places and such. But you saw in the recent episode that I was able to squeeze by this area here with the truck. But I want my driveway back. I want it back so I can come in the back as needed. Because I need to start getting some other projects done. So that's the plan for today. We are going to cut into this. I see some marks from previous times, and there's definitely some mud right here that we need to get off before we start doing anything crazy. But I mean, you can tell. I mean, let me put this down. I mean, look at this thing. This thing is massive. That's a big round, and the divot's right there. I know you see the divot right there, but that's where it came down and then it came up. So when we come in here, there's a rock right there. I don't want that in the chain. When we come in here, I'll probably, because this is like up off the ground here, right? With this wagon in the way, up off the ground here. So it's on top of these logs here. So I'll start bucking up off the ground. They'll just go down, and then I'll come in here and buck. Whereas if I start here and buck, all the weight would tip, and then this would come down. So logical to start with this end, and then work my way this way, and then with two logs that are on the ground. So that's my plan. Now I don't want to harp on this, but I haven't found my hat yet still. So I'll be wearing other hats in the interim. But thank you for all that chimed in on advice and insight on my hat issue, my hat conundrum, my hat inquiry with y'all. I just want to make sure that you were all content and happy with the hat, or lack of hat. Anyway, I think a lot of you, like I assumed, you don't care. You're not here for the hat. You're here for the content, the meat, potatoes, the good stuff, right? So yeah, I'm not gonna run my 372. I'll show you why. All right, so we're in the garage, in the shop, and I have yet to put away things from when I went to Vermont. It's just been a whirlwind. I hope you can see me okay. And when you see the saw and me, let's see here. Bring it up like this. Yeah, you see me okay. So yeah, I have not put away things from the trip. It's just been a whirlwind. And I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just to let you know, everything is just not chaos. It's just everything's in disarray at the moment. So I'm here with my 460, my first bigger saw. My first saw. If you watched the episode a while back when I did an episode on my arsenal of saws, all my saws. I mentioned my first saw, either the Poolin or the Craftsman, but even the Poolin, that's like 25, 30 cc, and my Craftsman is like 30 something, maybe 40 cc's. I just knew I needed something bigger. And in order to continue this, I think it comes to a point where bigger is better in terms of cc's for saw, right? So I bought this Husqvarna 460 Rancher, I think it's a Rancher, a while back, used from a guy who buys saws and flips them. So he seemed legit enough. Oh, it's not connected to the choke or the brake. Yeah, okay. I know some Husqvarnas, there, just the plate here is connected to the handbrake. Anyway, I haven't messed with the chain on this. The chain had life to it, and I'll show you in a second. The chain had life to it still, so I just been using it. using it and using it. But now it's literally nubbed. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's nubs. See the profile there. I mean, I can still cut with it, but definitely not much there left. And trying to go after the gullet, if I was that correct or not. But so I'm chatting with my buddy Caleb, and because he's the one who bought me a new chain for my pink wade, so I have a bigger, or like a better quality chain that would hold a sharp tooth more so. And then he wanted specs for the 460. I'm like, why do you need those specs? And then he ended up buying me a chain. I mean, I can buy chains. It's just I appreciate the gesture. The people trying to help out with their knowledge and with what they can with the channel too, and I appreciate that. I have some solid supporters and solid viewership of the channel, and I'm eternally grateful for that. So he opted to get me a new chain. So when I was getting them specs, I'm looking at the chain of like what brand it is, what brand of chain. I'm looking at it, and I see if you can find it here. Yeah. On the chain, on one or two, every like third link or so. You probably can't see this, but it's gonna be right between, oh come on, right between my fingers. I don't know if you see that or not. What does that say? It says still, right there. I'm saying still. So I'm not very good with like numbers and ratios and teeth and sprocket count, whatever. I admit that that's not my forte. So I assume it's possible for a steel chain to be used on a husky saw. You folks who know more than I do, let me know. But I hope that did not mess up the sprocket in here too bad. I see some divots, but I don't think it's too bad in here on the saw. So definitely time to run something newer. So I'm going to mark this chain. I'm going to slap on the new one in a second. I think one thing too I need to get into, I think I need to get a field dresser or like a file to help with my bars soon. They've definitely been worn down. I think that's another part, another tool to use when we're working on saws, folks. Okay, so I've cleaned out, you can't see this, but it's right below the camera here. Next time I'll put you on a stand, but I cleaned out the channel for the bar, the guide. Got my new chain here, an Oregon chain. Ooh, that looks sexy. That looks nice. And then it's like inside out. I need to flip it around here. Works the magic. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Much better teeth. Much more profile, sharp right off the bat. There, it looks like gonna be hungry with the rakers there initially, and yeah, Oregon chain. Yeah, this is gonna be a beast. So I want to put this new chain on the 460 to use on the cottonwood today, even though it's some thick stuff. I want to use the 460 because the 460 is just so much lighter than my 372. Just that 28-inch bar is just a beast. I should have spent the money on a lighter bar, but you know how bars go. I mean, bars get expensive. And you can go cheap, but they're gonna be balls heavy. Balls heavy. So I think you have to understand there's ultralight bars, but you're gonna pay for it. You're gonna pay. I always struggle when I have to untangle chains like this. I always struggle. I feel like I hope I'm not the only one that's like always feels like the chain's gonna beat them in this game. You have like two loops, and trying to like untangle it to all. Yeah, I got it. Yes. Yes. I got it. Okay, make sure it's on the correct direction. Now, the one thing I don't like about new chains is this seems to be super long. Wait, let me check this. Oh, bummer. Oh, it's like several inches longer. Oh, Caleb. I don't know if I sent you the wrong specs or not, buddy, but that's not gonna work. This chain is too long. Too long for. Oh, shoot. Well, I was so pumped for a new chain and working this one. Bummer. All right, so plan B. Plan B is to use the pink way, the ported pink way, because Tony spent so much time porting it and I haven't used it a lot. So let's find the newer chain that Caleb sent for that one. Get that sharpened because I used that while I was in Vermont. I brought it with me in case I didn't want to sharpen chains while I was in Vermont. So I brought all the chains for the pink way that I have, which is two. The one that came with it, and the one that I got from that sent over from Caleb, right? So I could run it. I always forget how to put on chains. You have to put it chains first through here, and then through the tip. It's like I've never done this before. It's always a struggle. So I need to get a new chain for this saw, the 460, and possibly a new bar. I just keep flipping the bar over each time I've been using it, right? So that's I think that's a good plan of attack for when you're using it there every time. Just flip it over, and if you, of course, use a file to make sure that the sides are good to go. So you have it even wear stuff. I mean, I don't like there's channels out there that deal with maintenance. I'm not an expert, so don't follow my advice and correct me if I'm way off. But that's that. So let me get the pink way at least back together a little bit, and then we'll get to get the 460 back together a little bit, and then we will get the pink way back on the table, and we'll get that one prepped. All right. Here's the pink way. I'll take it apart. I have not used this since I left Vermont. I'm glad that a lot of you liked the series I did in Vermont. I think the change of scenery was good for the channel. Yeah, it was fun. That was fun. We were able to survive COVID and get some firewood done for my family over there. So that was good. So yeah, again, this is the chain that Caleb had cut for me and sent over. We will get that installed on the pink way again. It should be sharp enough. I'll check it though. But you know how you've been like you could be an expert on something or engineering or whatever art, but if you don't do it for, I don't know, several days, a few weeks or so, there's something about it that you just kind of like, you're kind of slow to get back into it. And I think that's normal, and that's what I'm feeling about right now is I haven't run a chainsaw in a bit after my trip to Vermont, just to play catch up at home, make sure that everything is all squared away. But hopefully today I can give you some action, some more action for the channel. Not that you're entertained or whatever. No, you're gonna be entertained. It's just I know a lot of you watch this for action and not necessarily all the commentary. But anyway, let's get this all prepped up. I'll get suited up, get the saw lubed up, and all that good stuff, and we will get to running soon. Starting right now. Quick note: I am filling up the pink way just now, and I just took one of my gas cans that says 50 to 1 on it, and I was pouring in the gas tank, and I usually use a red armor, right? But there was no twinge of red in the oil, so I stopped and I shook it up real quick, and I started pouring, and it's clear. I'm like, oh no. So then I take a measuring cup and pour it in here, and that's just straight gas. I literally just put straight gas in my chainsaw. What I did was I went to the local co-op to get E-free fuel in my gas cans, and in my small gas cans that are either a 50 or 40 to 1 ratio, I usually put a note in the handle that says fresh gas unmixed. Well, I thought I would mix it right away, so I didn't do that. And then I got busy, went to Vermont, working in the office, and I almost ran this saw with straight gas. That wouldn't have been bad. Sometimes, folks, it's good just to stop for a second, breathe, and collect your thoughts, and continue. Don't go into something especially dangerous with a chainsaw with your head all tired or full of stuff, just stressed out. I mean, yes, you got to get work done, but just be safe out there. So I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to dump this back in the gas can, mix it, shake it up, and then put it back in here so I can run fuel that's actually going to be, that's good for the motor and not bad. Almost ran straight gas in my pink wig. Gosh. thing. Hey, that's another thing. As of this week, it's cooler. Like literally 10 degrees cooler. Okay? And I feel that now is the start time of fall here. In the horizon here, the next 10 days, we have... Owl just flew by. See that owl right there? You see it? Oh, beautiful. I don't know if you saw that or not, but this guy likes to go back and forth across the road. Anyway, it's like 10 degrees cooler, and I feel this is the start of fall. It's going to be overcast, like between 70, 75, no hotter, no cooler. We may have rain in like 10 days, like sprinkles. But usually August here is like hot. Now it's just going to be cooler. And I talked to someone in Chicagoland, and he said the same. That's about 10 degrees cooler, and he feels that it's also the start of fall. So if you have the same feeling weather-wise in your neck of the woods in North America, let me know in the comments. Is this the start of fall? And if it is, are you ready for the cold season in terms of firewood? I am not, unfortunately. So I'm behind. And that's not a good feeling. So anyway.
A few moments later.
Alright, that's what we cut. But before I get into that, I had to cut and then leave real quick to get my kids to go to soccer practice for my daughter. But I wanted to show you something else. Since then, I remember a while back I got a free birdhouse from a couple. Now I put out an ad months ago for free bark, and one person got to me and they wanted cedar bark specifically because he uses it to make birdhouses, which is a great idea. And so they've come to my place several times for cedar bark that I have, and I gave it to them in a garbage can. And this time, so last time they gave me a free birdhouse, actually two, which is an awesome gesture. This time they came and they brought me some stuff. They brought me this like metal cable and like some chain and this, I don't know what you call it, but that looks heavy duty. And then they also gave me an old vise and then two axe heads, a sledgehammer head, and definitely like use and abuse old stuff, but free is free, and I thought it was a cool gesture. Just, I mean, like, you do good to people, and people do good to you, right? So, yeah, I only had time to buck up 4 rounds. They're right here, and these things are monsters. I mean, check this out. Just like, that's big. Cuts aren't very clean, aren't very straight, but it is what it is. I think it had to do with me using the pink way and having to literally start the cut on one side and then go to the other side to finish the cut. And so sometimes the bar didn't line up properly, and it's fine. They're more or less S16. But check out this bark. This bark is just super thick. This is crazy. I'm not sure if it caught on the video, but at the top I tried to hammer out and brush off some of the rocks and dirt, and I didn't catch something. But so when I started cutting on one of the last rounds, I saw a spark, and that kind of like dinged the chain. I need to sharpen it now. So I went from like good flakes to like this fine stuff where you can tell that it wasn't cutting very well the last bit. So yeah, 4 rounds, I'll get those noodled up. Just wanted to finish the episode now that's getting dark, but yeah, back at it again, back in the saddle for cutting. So I guess when I have time, I'll come out here and continue to buck, and then I'll noodle and transfer down and continue on with getting this wood out of my driveway. So last resort to be a brick. So be kind to one another. Stay safe out there. Keep cutting. Rock and roll. Cheers. Can you say I love firewood?
I love firewood.
Can you say YouTube is awesome?
YouTube's awesome.
Can you say watch more?
Watch more.
And buy more firewood.
Buy more firewood.
To pay for my soccer cleats and soccer uniform. Say firewood's awesome.
Firewood's awesome.
Now, will you sell firewood when you get older?
Yeah.
Are you gonna help me make bundles and
Yeah.
and stack wood?
Yeah.
Do you and do you do you help Daddy do wood now?
Yes.
Lies you tell. Say goodbye. Say night.
Bye.